Hey guys, so today I'm sharing with you another session doing a preset, and this time we're doing a riser and using a concept that I had in mind to use for a while now, and I haven't been able to introduce it, and now it's here, and I'm sharing it with you guys the first time that I do this. Take care and watch this. Hi guys, welcome and thank you for joining me. Today I want to put a concept that I have in mind into practice. On my last sample, preset packs for Serum, the risers, which are the sounds that keep continuously go up and eventually stop at a point, they would go up in an envelope, something like a shape like this, and I was going up in pitch, modulating pitch or whatever other sounds, and it would get to the end and stop, and that's it. You wouldn't have control over when to stop going up with the riser. And my concept is to make one of these macros control that pitch, so you can have a lot more control when you're recording. All you have to do is press a key and then, and you have control over that. So that's what I'm going to try to achieve today. Okay, so I know I'm going to need some pitch, or maybe not. Let's try and use some noise and create a whoosh. I don't need this oscillator for now, so I can just turn it off. So I'll activate my noise going through my filter. I'll get a bit of resonance. And if I can get some sound. Okay, there's something there. Put up the... Let's try a different low pass filter. Usually 12 works best. I'm having fun with this. Okay, so we got a whoosh sound, and as I go up, I will want this to go up as well, most likely. So I'll just find a point here where I stop listening to the sound. Or I just have that rumble at the end. That's too much. So I'll just adjoin. Okay. Okay, let's make this more fun. Let's add an oscillator. You know what? Let's try square. I've been loving the square sounds. Oh, where is my analog stuff? There we go. I tried to use the waves forums that Serum brings. I have a crap load of them, as you can see, but I try to use the most basic ones when I do the preset packs, so that you guys have access and I don't have to give you separate files. Right, so square. And I'll want the pitch to go up as I move this, right? By a certain amount. Oh my. And might as well have this filter controlling it. Why not? Okay. Now it's just adjusting this a little bit. Okay, kind of. Okay. I want something to happen at the end of this movement here, so around this area here. I don't like how it sounds, so I'm gonna try to affect it. Now my objective is to turn distortion on when I get to about 75% of that knob movement. So I'll just come around here. And how can I do that? Well, if my mix is down, I got no distortion. Let me just push these up so I can hear what I'm doing. I need some kind of distortion that's actually gonna make a difference. This is a bit loud now, I guess. Maybe a different type. Let's try some down sample. So first I'm gonna try to achieve what I was saying, and then we'll go from there. So what I want is this macro to control this knob. And do I have any distortion like that? Let me first check that out. Do I have any distortion like that? Remove it. So I start hearing it around there, so I'll start from here to the maximum. The thing is, I don't want this kind of control. I don't want it to go from here to there and grab all that space there. What I want is to change this so that this is the exponential curve of how this knob now is going to affect the distortion width. And when I start here and go all the way up to the middle corresponds to the center of this point here. So the middle in this point, I have very little going on down here. So from the middle all the way to the top, it's all this that's gonna happen. So I should have a lot of distortion just from the middle to the max. So let's try that out. Distortion increasing there. And we get that. Okay, so I think it's a bit too much distortion at the end. And I kind of don't like the distortion at the low end, so I'm going to try to use only distortion at the high end by using a high pass filter in post. Oh, and I like that. Okay, so I'll do a little bit of that. And the first time using this LFO in this project, I wanted to go wow. I wanted to do this. But be random. I want it to be random. I don't want an LFO that's just gonna go wow, wow, wow. I mean, you can see what I say and what I mean if I do this. That's just, it's always the same thing. I don't want that. I want randomness. So I'll remove that. And this is called a distortion frequency. right? I'll need to remember that name when I go into the matrix. So what I'm going to do is use a chaos oscillator. So I'll choose my chaos and I'll use my first one. And it was distortion frequency, right? So I go into my FX and I look for my distortion frequency. It's going too low here, so I'm hearing too low frequencies there. I'll go up a bit here. Can do the same thing around. Just going in one direction now. I can BPM sync. It's not gonna make much of a difference because it's random, but sometimes it works well. Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's check this out. Right, my noise kind of disappeared. Let me check this out. And now something that I remember that I could do here is maybe grab a sync. And a sync usually works well with this kind of stuff, like a but I'm gonna go down here. All the way up to there. Okay. Now let's, this is an effect sound, so I'm gonna have some size on it, and to give some more control, and this is something I do in every preset, I'll create a cutoff. Starting there, and I'll use this last macro to do this. So let's call this pitch and this cutoff. And let me check out here on my MIDI controller how it's. Okay, I like that. Yeah, something that I think it's convenient to have. I mean, you can always put a compressor in there. I was thinking about sidechaining it. No, anyway, I'll add a sidechain thingy to it. The way I'm gonna do that is I'm simply gonna do something like this. So the way I have to do this is though that the kick hits in this area, which means 1/4 probably, and I need, yeah. Okay, well, let's get to it. So I want this LFO 1, which is not controlling anything. I want it to control my global amp. Basically, the global amp, it's a global volume. I'm not sure if it's related to this knob down up here, but it is the global volume. Now, if I just put this in one direction, I'll make this a bit slower so I can actually see what's going on. So yeah, that's exactly what I want in an area where the sound is very low in volume, and then an area where the sound is normal. But I want this to do a sidechain, so it's got to go with the kick. Like that. So if you want to introduce sidechain, why not do it this way with just one knob? Now the way I'm gonna make this happen is I can't just grab this and throw it in there, right? So I have to do this. I have to come here and say my macro 2 is gonna control how much of this modulation is gonna happen. Just like that. I'll call this sidechain, and this will give you access to a sidechain. This is a good way that you can also use to do gates as well. So I could call that sidechain, and I could now do a gate with that. I mean, if you use this at a higher rate, you got yourself a gate. But I'm gonna reserve this last macro to do something else. Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just add a gate. And right now, what else do I need? I need to start using my reverbs and my delays. So turn on my delay, pull this down at the moment, filter out some frequencies so it sounds a bit different than the original sound, it doesn't clash with it. Most likely to use either a ping pong or a tap delay. Let's just push this feedback up a little bit. Whoa. So my friend here is going to control that, and it also going to control this little peaky. Right, of course I don't want all that going on. So now I just tweak. I know my delay is never going to be that. That's cool what you can do with this size knob here on the reverb. I have some sounds that actually modulate this, and it sounds really cool. Feedback here as well. In order to get something from that feedback, you gotta go up there. Now discard that. I was confusing that with something else. But anyway, modulate this size, you're gonna have some cool results. Right. I'm going to use my EQ here so I can do this. I got a bit too much low hand here, especially if you want to carry on with that riser a little bit after the kick and bass starts. That's my size. The thing is, this is always... I think this is always gonna have that size, so I think I'm wasting a control here. I'm wasting a macro. I could use something else instead of that. So I'm gonna try to go for a phaser or a flanger instead and leave these controls at where they are. So just remove that, remove that. I know it was around here. Okay, so let's try and use a crazy flanger here. Select a flanger. Notice I don't stay too long in the same sound, otherwise it makes you lose perception of what's going on. So that phaser is giving it some softness, it's softening up the edges, and I kind of like that, but still I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this knob. Of course. And there was light. Gonna use a filter, but not a normal filter, a crazy flange filter. Already got flange going on in there, but let's see what happens. I like that movement, so I'm gonna create that movement with an LFO. It's basically going up and down, so up and down, up and down. And it's, I think it's a rate of a bar. And that's the area. I don't want it to influence the sound as much as it is right now, so I'll put the mix down a little bit. And what I'm going to try and do here now is change the rate as this goes up, the rate goes up. So let's try that. You know what, guys? I can't think of what I'm gonna do with that guy right there. I might just use size then. Can I create an interesting effect with the hyperdimension? That it's not really size, but something else. Maybe with a lot of unison. I kind of like that. I haven't tried something here, is the compressor. Let me put the compressor just to the distortion, otherwise I'll boost the distortion so much and the distortion will make it sound horrible. So let me try this compressor now. Oh, I love it. When you press that multiband, in my opinion, it stops being a technical machine and becomes a bit of a creative machine because the texture changes so much. It's unbelievable. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to control this knob. Yeah, I'm going to give this knob some power with this macro. And I want to give something else with this macro, and I was no. Maybe I'll just increase that cutoff. I mean, if I let's listen to it. Just put this down a little bit for you guys. It's too much. No, I don't want to change that. Detune. So as I go up with this guy, I'll change a bit of the detune. And I'll change this rate. Why not change this rate when I change this? Maybe up until there. And I only want it to be affected at the end of the movement. So I'll push it down. Actually, yes, at the end of the movement. All right. So what will I call that? I'm not sure. I don't know, guys. I'll call it blast because it sounds like it's blasting my speakers. Okay, so let me check this out. I think that's it. It is it indeed. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the compressed sound. This video I end up with having some overly compressed sounds because I had a limiter on my master and I didn't even notice it was pushing the sound a bit too much. So sorry for that, and I hope in the next video that same mistake doesn't happen again, and I hope to see you there.